first time I was called freak was on the playground in the 4th grade by a boy who told me he liked me. I just walked away. He seemed surprised, like surely I hadn't heard him, repeated it louder, said it over and over. I shrugged, said so, and kept walking. Then, freak? You're just a freak. How abnormal it must have been for this boy who by the 4th grade already knew he owned everything around him, including me. Unusual. This idea that a woman could own herself, her body, her desire. This is certainly not the message I received in my abstinence-only sex education class. There, we watched a Christian youth pastor stick clear packing tape to the arm of girl after girl, compared their sexual activity to the skin cells clinging to the packing tape, told them they were dirty, said this is why their relationships don't stick, made no mention of the boys shedding cells into all the girls around them. Atypical. At 16, I'd never had a boyfriend before. My friends told me that any boyfriend was better than none. You could always trade up, like job applications. Boyfriends always looked for relevant experience. 3 of my classmates that year found out they were pregnant. 2 of them left school. 1 of them remained to watch the growing of her belly and the growing of the rumors that spread about her. None of them mentioned the father. Like somehow this 16-year-old girl had created a baby by herself, isolated. Like how it feels for an entire school to know you lost your virginity and judge you for it right after they pressured you into it in the first place. Irregular, like my heartbeat or my period from time to time, or my self-worth or my ability to look myself in the mirror. Deviant, like the look on the pharmacist's face when I asked for a plan B, because the man whose cells were swimming inside of me was not a man I wanted to create a human being with, much less spend 5 more minutes around. Aberrant, this idea that a woman could want to have sex and not want a baby. That a woman could own her sexuality without being owned by a man or a pill or a baby. How abnormal. Like the cells my gynecologist identified in my body. But sitting here in this crinkly paper gown on this bed with protruding stirrups, I am too busy being relieved that the pregnancy test they just made me take came back negative, that I forgot I'm here to find out if I have cervical cancer, because the sad truth is, I would rather have cancer than be pregnant. There's a solidarity for cancer survivors that evaporates in the face of unwed motherhood. Nobody donates to fundraisers for diapers or formula, so at least I rest assured that these abnormal cells can be scraped from my cervix in a procedure that will be so much less invasive than any boy who ever broke his way into my body.